Hello, YouTube. Kevin to here. Yeah. Decided to showcase a deck profile here. Gem Knights. Gem Knight surely has surprised me as a deck that does resonate with the Timmy playstyle, throwing out big bodies and overpowering our opponents. Alright. I'm going to show this replay here. I'm going to show 4 replays and then I'll go into the deck list. So if you're interested in playing Gem Knights, yeah, try them out. I was a bit skeptical at first because Gem Knights to me I thought was like an old school playstyle type of deck. But I didn't thought that they will be all that great. But trust me, I think Gem Knights is worth it. You know what I mean? It might not be too. It seemed like a fear deck. That's what I'll say. It's not too over. You know what I mean? It just got a right amount of mix of power and a little interruption. Nothing too tough. Looking up against Blue Eyes here. Or what seemed to be Blue Eyes. The man transformed himself into the Tachyon gameplay. And with the help of the Tachyon number 107, he's able to reduce everything back to regular. I think he got game, but nah, half damage. It was a close match. Going to the Tachyon Titanic Galaxies. Now it's my turn. A lot of follow-ups. Negates. Phantom Quartz, Touchy Fields. Into the Gem Knight Quartz. Negates, as expected. So we got a steal to win. Not to worry, Phantom Quartz going to another Gem Knight fusion here. OG, still putting in the work in 2025. That's right, there is GG Noties. Alright, going to the next game here. This was up against the tier -0. But tier -0 get beat by 1 card as seen in my hand here. The game plan of tier -0 is to set up a 1 little Omni Negate and loads the back rows to help support their whole control strategy. But you know, once you see Maliss, it's movie time. So just take your time out to watch a movie, and you'll be able to finish that movie just in time for your turn to start. You gotta definitely speed this up. Into the white binders. This man has combos galore. Combos. You know what? When I'm playing Maliss myself, I even wonder, is that I've been playing that long too? Because man, these stuff's long. Doing a video for YouTube, my guy. Then straight to YouTube after this. After upload. Okay. That's a negate right there. We stop him. Look at that. 4 cards in the back rows. Phantom Quartz comes down. We don't give a damn. Fusion summoning anyway. But that's a negates. Get rid of that. Bring out the big master dude. Well, the Brilliant Diamond. She just here for moral support. You know what I mean? Seraphine Knight, that's the name. Just here for moral support. Going to the big boy himself. Can't really do too much. Tributes for the 1, 2, 3. Then tributes special summon the big boy himself. Banishments, tributes for more power. Run up on the dots. Run up on the dots. Clean up dots. Simple gameplay. You shut down their back row, that is it. Alright, so we got 2 more games to go. This was against the Regenesis Kashtira Fiendsmith. I think, was he playing Diabell Star too? Or against Kashtira? We need to see more Regenesis players out here. Speed that up. So I go first. Some people say, isn't Gem Knight supposed to be a go second deck? Bro, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Ain't no go first or go second. Just do whatever the hell you want to do. What if they decide to go second and you going first? What you gonna do? Rage quit? You just gotta play to the best of your abilities. I gave this guy a lot of cards. I was expecting a loss, but managed to pull through. This was actually a very close game. He did apply some pressure. You know. And yeah, Fiendsmith is another movie time deck. I mean, so anytime I'm playing against and I see Fiendsmith, I just go take a break. Just go on to some YouTube shorts or whatnot. Sequence into the big boy himself, Desiree. There was a lot of pressure in this game. Steal to win because you can't beat him, so you gotta steal him. Run-ups. Bring out the big boy. Can't do nothing. Oh, yeah, he made some weird plays I didn't quite understand, but to each their own. Alright, my move. What do? No, this guy clearly never played against a Gem Knight player before. This sit 3 in here clearly should have been negated. You know. Run up on that saying can't do nothing about it. Put it off to the back row because we don't want that shit to come back. Do our plays here, Phantom Quartz. Runs to Ash Blossom on the search, but we still get the fusion anyway. Brilliant Diamond for moral support. She cheers them on and bring out the big boy. That is it. Here we go with the Regenesis stuff. I'm like, negates. I need to stop that. Search power, you can do your stuff. Boostage, by the way. Look at that damage. 4 grand all over the boards. No, that's another play. Like, bro, you had an empty field. Let me take a look at this. This says you can special summon from your hand by revealing. Oh, okay. So I guess because he had this in his hand, he had to reveal. I guess, but okay. Tribute for the special summon for freeze. Could get the boosted. I realized that I was trying to avoid the Fenrir to do stuff, but hey, this man went all in. Whoosh, nigga, whoosh! The Zeus comes down and clears the board. Clean. So you know I'm in top deck mode. We're both in top deck mode, technically. What other top deck do you need than the armadillos? Now, I had to search for this because the dude that special summoned himself, I'm running out of options, right? I only have 1 Gem Knight Sapphire and 1 Gem Knight Fusion, so there's no way for me to search for the dude. Alright, so the guy Joel Lockbird me, I'm like, that ain't doing nothing. So the Brilliant rolled a special summon for freeze. Get that stuff back into my hand. Why did I do it? I don't know. I'm just learning these combos as I go. You know what I mean? Oops. It's definitely a fun deck to learn. popping them things. I thought I had a game, but no. When I use Quartz ability, the fusion monster can't attack directly. Got to read. You know what I mean? It's his turn now. Top deck mode. What did he top deck? 3 Genesis. That can't do absolute shits. GG's. Alright, and now for the final gameplay here that we had. I'm gonna go through the deck list that I have, moving up to what I'm using now. I'm still tweaking. This is nothing to be this is just a base of what if you want to play a pure version. I know I've seen on the list on YouTube people running Fiendsmith stuff and whatnot. Nah, I'm a purist, so I'm gonna do what I can do with the deck as pure as possible, because Gem Knights in the past was a pure deck, so I preferred the old school type of plays. Doing these little combos here. Like I said, I'm still learning little things about this deck. I'm on the max C. It's rough. When you're on the max C, you really can't do too much. So, yeah. That was my end board. I couldn't do much. That was on the max C. So that is it. I didn't want to give him a bunch of cards. And this Maliss we're playing with full combos. Another movie time right here. Maliss all day. And I was in gold ranking up. Saw a bunch of Maliss players. Access code talkers. Oh, I made a misplay right here. My bad. Doing this game, it's like I guess I was tired. When you play a lot of games, you just get tired. I thought this was actually the Link 5, and I was like, I never thought it was access code. I was looking at it, that's not access code. And then when I see it's actually access code, that means I was hella tired. You know what I mean? Play this game too extensively sometimes. Alright, so I had to negate that because I like, bro, you got card draws already and you still want more? Bro, I got to negate that. Greedy ass. Link 1 and Link decoder, whoop-de-doos. I mean, I think everybody's learning Maliss now, because I thought it was game over. As a Maliss player, you're supposed to have game. Like, what is this? What is this? This guy drew from max C and had full combo and could end the game. So I was like, okay. Let's have a battle. I'm in top deck mode again. Yeah, what did I top deck? Nephilim. That's her name, right? Nephrim. There you go. Oh, maximum C's again. But I'm like, it is what it is. It's now or never. Yeah, I mean, you should have killed me when I had a chance. So I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? Should have ended the game when I had a chance, Brody. What we do here? Poppity pops. You can't see that the little guy came in clutch, but I had to slow myself down because I didn't quite have game. Yeah, I gotta end my turn. I saw a little problem. And be mindful whenever you go into this guy, it sometimes slips you. The Gem Knight Math the Diamond, whenever you use his effect, it locks you out from fusion summoning. Always remember that. Locks you into fusion summoning. I had to negate that. That's the only thing I had to negate, giving us boostage and power right there. So he had a tough task ahead of him. He tried doing some combos and whatnots. Definitely tried. I'm like, damn. I'm not gonna dance. Damn. 250 life points. I had to save this replay. Let's get it. Top deck of Brilliant Fusion. Let's go. Negates. But no, wait. Trigger. I'ma pop that shit. He says no. I'm like, damn, bro. You're so good at this game. But anyway, we still got the Brilliant Diamond out. Moral support. He negates the girl. I'm like, whatever. What to do, nigga? I'ma still pop your shit, though. So the girl will debate because he saw the girl and already effective was like, wait, I gotta negate this. I'm like, bro, you missed the real guy here. All right, so let us go through my individual deck list. I'm gonna try and make this shit quick. So this was the initial deck list because I was a newbie. I was learning this deck first. I was playing at 40, and then I said to myself, let me just try this out. Even though you didn't quite see these guys in action, the Gen and Ken, because it just dawned to me. I'm like, if I see this and because this deck has a lot of searches. If I see this and you pull off the Ken, and the Ken picture off the girl, special summon the girl for free. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the old the mindset that I had. But overall, I kind of took them out because they're not Gem Knights, and there's a certain card, which is this card here. You can only activate Absorb Fusion once per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card, which therefore means if you special summon anything, you cannot, that is not Gem Knights, you cannot activate this card. And what is this card? This card is a search card, you know. So the more I because I realized a lot of persons was not running that because they're playing their Fiendsmith engine. That's why them took out that card. But I'm like, bro, it's a search card. Why not? So next deck here, as we move along, I was in a 40 card list mode. Overall, I would say Gem Knights is a deck that basically you want to run that 40, and I don't really see a problem with it. You could say this is one of the rarest 40 card lists that actually has different outcomes. For the most part, it has some different outcomes. It's not layered into one linear style of play fully, even though the objective is to bring out the big guy. That's just this is the objective of the deck. You know what I mean? Getting out the big guy and having a negate in the graveyard. That is literally objective. So because I'm a Timmy player, I don't give a damn about FTKs, burn. I'm not a magician. I'm a Timmy player. I'm a barbaric type of player. I like to fight things. You know what I mean? Fist things through. And I mean, when I power around here, we use our fists to fight. You get me? What I mean? So I built this deck based around my style of play, which is to fist things out. You know what I mean? Real men use their fists. So you might see double copies of things like these. Reason being because I'm saying, well, in the long game, if I get out a second copy, I can keep on spitting out more stuff, more threats. And this guy, I value him, as you can see, he came in clutch. This guy, I have value more than Cithrin, but don't get me wrong, Cithrin is still the GOAT. You know. As for Master Diamond Dispersion, based on what I've seen, because I know a lot of lists, I've seen the lists, most of them run one copy. Luckily for me, I pulled two. So while my testing was going on, I think two is a must, despite what anybody want to say. Two is a must because you might be like, oh, but Kevin, you can put back the dude with the Phantom Quartz. You can put back Master Diamond into the deck for the Phantom Quartz. But what if I want to summon another Master dude with the Phantom Quartz? How that gonna work? The fact of the matter is, it's easy to say things, but in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, when you're in the game, you'll realize it's not so easy. When you're thinking about the theory, the actual thing is that when you're in the battle, you want to gain access to keep on applying the pressure. You know, you only can experience it from playing the game more. So two for me, like I said, this is just my style. Two for me is a must. And I was playing one quartz at first, but as playing more games, I now understood the value of multiple cards, having 2, because you will have those games. It's not going to be easy as seen in the previous games. You're going to keep on pushing through, right? 1 Lady Brilliant, cool. And you're going to see I was running 1 Lady Rose, and things will change as I go. These 2, I'll need to play more to kind of have a love for these, but I don't see myself using Seraphine Knight, or I don't really see the necessity for Seraphine Knight, due to the fact that Nephrim does literally the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't see the need for it. Yeah, and I grow to like the Draco Utopian Oracle. You need some farmer support, because yes, the 1 negate might be nice, but if you can have an extra form of destruction negation, you know what I mean, this is very strong for that. So I was just using this as support, and it worked out pretty well. Alright, next version slightly different. You'll see that I'm now using Absorb Fusion. Absorb Fusion, I don't really have a problem with it. The only thing that I might fear going into the Duelist Cups, everybody gonna run Joel and Lockbird. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, activate this, Joel and Lockbird. I'm gonna have to probably try and play around that stuff. Yeah, Joel and Lockbird. But besides Joel, I do appreciate Absorber Fusion, because it searches for literally anything I want. This version, I was just testing out these cards, because as you can see, I reduced the Draco Utopian Aura. I didn't really see them. I never played enough to kind of see these really come into play, but because the whole point of this is being able to summon back this guy for free, to use the effects for free, because not every time they're gonna actually kill your stuff for this to come out, or should I say destroy, my bad, destroy your stuff for this to come out. But I might still, I'm thinking which one I'll prefer more. I do like these cards, you know, Monster Reborn, I do like that as an OG. And then now the final list that I'm currently working with here, you'll see that I've bumped up Bureau to 2. Reason being is because the fact that this guy used the effect to banish comes up a lot often than he actually is an Omni-Negate. I'm like, okay, control the game, banish, put the stuff right back to the graveyard to use as a follow-up for next turn. That's literally it. And it comes up in handy against disrupting Maliss gameplays. So if you don't have the red reboot on your turn, and you probably can use it and just slap the Maliss combos back. You know, like when they do the white binders banish 1, 2, 3, and then activate 1, 2, 3. You just be like 1, 2, 3, bye bye. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is actually a funny interaction. Gem Knight Fusion, even though I'm using it at 1 right now, and I don't really see a problem with it at 1, it might be a case for me to run 2, but I don't really see it as a problem now. But if, for example, if this deck becomes a little bit popular and people start hate this deck, then you might have to start run 2 Gem Knight Fusion, because you'll buck up some people who just literally just, especially against Maliss, you'll see the Maliss players targeting a Gem Knight Fusion, and then when you top deck this guy, you're gonna be like, wah. Another thing I must state though, playing this deck, Gem Knight, you're gonna need at least 1 normal monster in your deck, at least 1. You can play whichever one you want. I chose Sapphire. No specific reason. There's a specific reason? Is there a specific reason I use Sapphire? Oh, because this is the Aqua. Yeah. Because of it's because I'm playing Red Reboot, and it's an Aqua. So it's like Maliss, Red Reboot, going the big boy there. Special summon 3, which includes this guy. Use Lady Diamond to tribute to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back row where you have set. Bounce back to your hand. You know what I mean? That's a funny interaction, and you know, I want to use that one. So, yeah. So the reason why I say I have to use at least one normal monster, because if, for example, you'll have scenarios in the grind game where you've already used Hollow Core, where you normally dump Gem Knight Fusion, and so, for example, you're playing and maybe you just somehow have this in your hand and you dump it. You want to be able to put it back with the quartz, so you can be able to dump that normal monster with the Hollow Core again. So that's the reason behind having at least one normal monster. I just added these guys as just for testing. I'm still testing. I do think you kind of need them, but not really. I think I'll prefer the Sardonyx more, because I might use 2 Sardonyx, meaning instead of just 1-1. But the Thunder is good for this guy, clearly. If the situation arises and you'd be like, damn, what to do? Because you're gonna have some weird hands, and especially like using the dispersion, it sends 2. So yeah, so sometimes you're gonna want to have that 2 so you can link off. That's the reason for it. So maybe it's a good one to have. Reason why I always say 2 Sardonyx, because if you're applying that pressure and you get to normal someone, and because of the banishment boostage, this guy will go up to 2800. You can actually clap something, right? And then you're gonna be mindful of the obsidian, that whenever you have it to your hand, you can search it off. When you dump stuff, you use this to search that. You trigger this, so you dump this, and this, right? If you already have one of these in the graveyard, whatever means or how the game be, and you just trigger 1. No, you're gonna trigger 1, trigger 2. So on resolution or chain, that returns this to your hand. Then this triggers to put that back to the graveyard, and then he'll trigger on the resolution, summoning either one of those that it can normal summon and perform whatever you need to perform. But yeah, that's just it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile and explanation as to why I'm using certain cards. Triple Tactics Talent. I normally would use this as like a 3-off. Maybe I can bump it up to 2. I don't really. I kind of understand now why most players, when they play Triple Tactics, they use it as a 1-off. Because not every deck can have that flexibility to run 3 Triple Tactics. So you might get away with 2 Triple Tactics, because you really hate to use Triple Tactics and join to another copy. You know, so, but having 1 Triple Tactics is definitely something you should have. Alright, so hit that like button if you're new, subscribe if you wanna, become a member because you care. I'm a tapping too hard, and I'm a see y'all next time. I'll be streaming right after this. Ciao. I'm out, y'all.